Hey everybody, welcome back to a week of Binding of Isaac Community Remix, Episode 4, Isaac as usual. Let's be honest, last run was pretty much an unmitigated disaster. You're really gonna give me Curse of the Labyrinth again? Push my buttons right off the bat? What happened with the last run? I got a false sense of security and mind-fucked myself out of being able to do well. I mean, I'm kinda glad that the game kicked my ass once after two, relatively easy runs, which kind of had nothing to do with the, well, not nothing, but less to do with the community remix mod that I would have liked, because we just, you know, kind of steamrolled with Guppy and Mom's Knife. We picked up an item that is functionally identical to Mom's Knife, apparently, except it charges faster, and I got my ass kicked. For whatever reason, I just couldn't handle it, and ended up taking enough damage to get us killed on, like, the 5th floor. Now, it's gonna happen from time to time. I don't feel fantastic about it. I think, you know, my mechanical skills of the Binding of Isaac were not really on display over the course of that episode, and that's always disappointing when you don't play up to, you know, your true potential. Are you seeing this Widow jump and, like, completely miss all of its spiders every single time? There we go. It at least killed a couple that time, but Jesus Christ, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep this immaculate dodging up very long, or maybe I will, because I got a chip on my shoulder after that last run. Oh, gentle Gemini, please work with me. Oh, I knew I was gonna bung it up at some point, but this was like a really, really difficult little wicked fight here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick up that Spirit Heart right now. I probably will, to protect us on the second fight, just in case that makes it so, you know, if we don't take red heart damage on the second fight, then maybe we're better off, if that makes sense. I'm not gonna mind using a bomb here, even though it totally didn't effing work. I like using a bomb here because we're gonna be able to get a ton of bombs back from Burnt Penny anyway, presumably, because we'll be playing the Blood Bank a lot, and we have Burnt Penny, so that'll be like, you know, our bombs equals 0.5 times number of pennies, which is gonna be a lot of pennies. Anyway, let's just finish this off. No deal with the devil. Plenty of HP, an extra half Spirit Heart. I was trying to walk out without picking that up, and the reason behind that is because I wanted to give myself like at least half of a Spirit Heart for the next floor to protect us so we can maybe get a better deal with the devil chance. Anyway, for now, we're gonna go pretty hard on this right in here, and I'm hoping that we can pick up enough bombs to maybe make it justifiable for us to look for the secret room. As of right now, we have 8 cents. If we could get a key or, you know, multiple keys ideally, because we haven't been to either of the item rooms and we want to go to the shop on this floor, then that would be awesome. Getting meat plus another HP upgrade already makes this floor pretty darn good, but it could get better. So we got 1 bomb out of that, and a penny as well, both pretty important here in the early game as we figure out, you know, where we stand, what makes us, you know, what makes us tick in this world today. More money and another bomb, and maybe 2 bombs out of this. No, but it's still looking pretty likely that the secret room is going to be a viable option for us to look for, although there are seemingly like 1,000 possible rooms where it could pop up here. I'm hoping that doesn't appear to be the case, because we clearly do not have 1,000 bombs. Mind you, we do have 7, which is pretty solid, and a close to ideal outcome here might be a bombs or key pill at some point in the future, because we could easily replenish our bombs via Burnt Penny. It's, oh, Pinky Eye is so good as well. But we lose Burnt Penny as a result. Interesting. I think I might be better off taking Burnt Penny for now, and maybe Pinky Eye when we leave the floor, or maybe just don't take Pinky Eye and stick with Burnt Penny as long as we can. Because it would be nice to have these bombs. The bombs give us multiple ways to get keys, which we need. You know, it doesn't really matter how much poison damage we do if we can't actually access shops or item rooms. Which is looking increasingly unlikely that we won't be able to, unfortunately. We will have some more plays on this blood bank. I would love to get another blood bag, or, I mean, it's not another blood bag, but I'd love to get more HP, is maybe the way I meant to phrase that. And it could happen. And if we got like 3 HP plus the Tears upgrade from meat on this floor, plus a half-decent trinket, either one, I would consider this pretty good. But let's go to shop first, because there's so many possible, you know, permutations of what we can get on the shop that would help us out. It should be easy enough for us to get to 15 cents with the HP on this floor, even if we have to sacrifice a half Spirit Heart to get it done. But we won't. Instead, we will buy the 9 volts. Yeah, I was thinking like buy the key, open the shop, then if we didn't like it, re-roll it, then get the 9 volt. This is actually better. Okay, check this out. We buy the key first. I know this seems very silly. This is actually a way for us to grind out 1 extra re-roll on this floor. Because when you pick up the 9-volt, you get another reroll. So we open this up. If it sucks, which it doesn't, then we would have rerolled it and immediately gotten another reroll by way of the 9-volt. But that's fine. The Halo of Flies is great. It's showed up on, I think, every single run that we've done of Community Remix so far. Very weird. I don't necessarily know what causes that, but that's okay. More bombs, please? No. I'm gonna be very aggressive with our playing here. We need this HP so we can get money so we can actually buy the 9-volt, but additionally, I really want to get either Blood Bag or IV Bag. Obviously, you know, they're not created equal. One's way better than the other, but the other reason I'm being a little aggressive here is because we can actually buy another Red Heart for 3 cents from the shop. Seems like a decent idea to do if we have to. I'm probably just going to do it. That'll leave us with 6 cents. Kind of unfortunate that we don't have another key, but hopefully we can just get one. We could always blow up the blood bank before we leave, and it possibly would pay out with the key, although it's pretty unlikely. But if we can't do anything else with it, we obviously would, you know, have to take matters into our own hands, right? So it's been a very good floor in terms of the items that we've gotten, but I still feel a little scared, probably because my HP is not fantastic. Left hand is not what I would consider to be a marquee trinket that we really want to roll with right now. It can be good. Lots of people really like left hand. I'm not necessarily one of them. Okay. Let's check out our item room if we can get access via the secret room back here, which I kind of think unlikely, but we'll check it out. Okay. Well, at least we've ruled out one room for the secret room, right? Let's stay positive. Thank God that actually worked itself out. Okay, so we got no keys, so going to that item room seems borderline impossible. We could find maybe like a slot machine on a second secret room, but come on. At this point, that's super unlikely. So I think the first thing we do is we gamble pretty hard here. Try to get more bombs. I was hoping that we'd get a payout, obviously. And then we'll blow this up to get the secret room, which it is indeed there. And there's plenty of money, which means, you know, plenty of bombs. We only got 2 out of that whole thing. That's kind of disappointing. And then we blow up the blood bank, and then we leave. Hopefully we get a key out of this, but it's very unlikely. We got a spirit heart, which is actually quite nice, but sure. No second item room, but still a pretty good first floor. An unusual first floor, but a first floor that wasn't really affected by Community Remix changes that much. Sure. Down to the next floor, then. Caves Part 1. Okay. I still really love this beat in the background of Caves Part 1. The new music, it freshens it up a little bit, I'll admit. I was not skeptical at first, but I was like, you know, it's new music, big deal. Music's never really been my main draw with, you know, Isaac Wrath of the Lamb or Rebirth, even though it all sounds, you know, totally great. But it's nice, it's fresh, it keeps me focused, maybe distracted. Maybe it's a bad thing. You know, the music in Isaac is just background noise for me. It just kind of gets filtered out, right? But here, it's a little bit more pressing. I really like those half hearts, like the combination half hearts. So we're in a bit of a strange situation here with respect to our keys. We really need to get some keys so we can open item rooms and check out what these new items are, or, you know, alternatively, or I guess I should say, you know, have a chance to get a victory. Ignore the sirens, chats, that's chat. They're mad because I died on the last run with, what was it, like Donkey's Jawbone. What a strange name for an item. Isaac has some strange item names to begin with, but Donkey's Jawbone is, that's up there. I really liked getting the socks on the last run as well. That was cool. I think it's a very interesting item that is maybe not super effective, but is at least a novelty. Oh, double keys. Okay, that's very, very nice. So that means we can go to the shop for sure on this floor as well. We got the 9-volt on the last floor. That means we've got a ton of rerolls available for ourselves here. We could even open up this golden chest. I don't think it's super risky, but I'm not going to do it. Yet, at least. So we reroll Little Chad. That's a no-brainer. And we get Spider Butt. Spider Bite sucks. Spider Bite, sorry, is great. Spider Butt is god-awful. 17 bombs already. Let's take a quick look in here. No secret room there. Should probably wait until we see if maybe we can bomb our way into the shop. It's pretty much impossible for us to bomb our way into that item room, so I don't feel too bad about that. I say pretty much, because sometimes you get weird secret room generations with like a second secret room off of it, but it might be literally impossible for us to gain access to the item room anyway, other than by like the stars card or a key. Pills, 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 pills. Tears upgrade. All right, we've had pretty good luck with pills so far in our community remix videos. And this is, well, this is just a return to form, basically. Now let's just hope we don't get a bunch of shot speed upgrades. I'm surprised we haven't had a shot speed downgrade yet. That's what I was hoping for, because it could lead to some, you know, funny situations where your shots are like super slow. All right, so that's a double red heart. I'm very happy to have picked that up right now. I think we will have a pretty good shot at a deal with the devil this time. You know what seems like a good combination, as long as we're theory crafting here? Blood Oath, which is the item that gives you inversely proportional damage to your HP, so the lower your HP, the higher your damage. Blood Oath plus Whore of Babylon plus finding a way to get super low HP, whether that be Guppy's Paw or, you know, yada yada, many different ways. That seems like it would be crazy overpowered. Like if you got that on an Eve run and then became Guppy, it would be like night. Anyway, $3 bill is in the item room. $3 bill's all right, but I don't like it enough to pick it up and say, like, you know, sucks to your ass, Mar, new items. I would much rather have a chance to pick up some new items as well. So we'll see. I might end up picking it up. It depends what, you know, our shop looks like. I don't know if there's any new shop items. If there are, I don't think I've seen them. I might have purged it from my memory if they were particularly, you know, useless, but we'll see. That's another Tears upgrade, isn't it? Very happy to have it. It is. So we'll take that. We'll check out our item room, and it's just a compass, but that's okay. And we bought a key as well. I think it's a smart buy, because otherwise we could find ourselves in not the most advantageous of positions. Let's go to this room over here. We should be able to line it up properly so we don't waste any rerolls, and we get a reroll that we can use on our boss room. But it depends if these rooms, if like too many of them don't have anything in them, we might end up wasting a reroll without getting any benefit for it. 1, 2, 3. It should be good. We're gonna take a little bit of a risk on it. I'm totally gonna open this golden chest, by the way. Anytime you have like a penny that can give you other consumables, I think golden chests become a lot better, even if you only have one key. Especially if it's flat penny, but even with burnt penny, it makes pennies to... fuck. Well, key for a red heart is a terrible trade, obviously, but it makes pennies basically like pennies plus consumables. So a key for a penny is a terrible trade, but a key for a penny and a bomb is less terrible. I think it incentivizes golden chests a little bit, not to make them amazing, or like substantially more amazing than they used to be, but it makes them a better choice. So we have a reroll already. Why? Because I didn't use it on $3 bill like I was supposed to, like an idiot. So let's go fight Chubb here. I'm trying to bait him into saying hello, like so. Probably should have been hit there, let's be honest. I deserve to be. What is that bomb? And I took damage, okay. There we go. So I've got plenty of bombs, so I don't mind using them on Chubb here to speed things along, but unfortunately, I think I still probably screwed myself out of a deal with the devil. No, I didn't. Okay. So this is where some interesting items do reside. I think I'm going to get Lord of the Pit because flying is so important, and then I'm going to re-roll Ouija board into Book of Sin, which is god-awful. So we're probably going to end up, well, we're definitely going to end up taking $3 bill here. But at least we got Lord of the Pit. So this is still very much a pretty vanilla Isaac run. You know, nobody's getting even chained to the bedpost or, you know, talk dirty to or a pacifier in their mouth or anything like that. What do we have going on in our curse room? Some pills. Pills are... That was terrible. Pills are normally pretty okay. That one kind of sucks, but we have had 2 Tears upgrades. Hey, and a bombs are key, so this actually helps us out a lot. Sucks that we don't have any bombs, but this is why I kept burnt penny. So now we can open all of these delicious golden chests we come across. And all we have to remember with $3 bill is that we don't take Ipecac. If Ipecac shows up, we just don't take it. Because it could be suicide for us if it shows up on the wrong room with my reflection. Wow. No bombs, so we won't be looking for secret rooms on this floor, I guess. This is pretty much the way I would have wanted this floor to go down, except we didn't get the greatest of all items. Nor did we get new items, but that's okay. Give yourself the chance to get new items in the future. We did get the compass, though. So, $3 bill. Occasionally, that gives us homing tears. Occasionally, that gives us shot speed upgrade. Was that what that was? Occasionally, it gives us spectral tears. Occasionally, it gives us my reflection. Occasionally, it gives us tough love, and occasionally, it gives us triple shot. That might be all of them. All right, now we can open these doors guilt-free without worrying about whether or not we're going to have enough keys to eat in the future. So, just kind of hang out away here. As away as we can. And with you being dead. Hey, We're gonna open this door. Celtic Cross. I can't reroll Celtic Cross. It's good enough. Especially if we get blood banks in the future. And there's bombs. We gotta pick up bombs, obviously. So, oh, occasionally you can get number 1 as well. I forgot about that. I don't know what we have on this room. For the most part, $3 bill sort of doesn't matter. Unless you get Mom's Contact on like a super important room. Or you get number 1 on a room where you don't want to get close to enemies. Or you get My Reflection plus Ipecac. That's the real negative one. But it's okay. Alright. This is an example of a room where you get number 1, but you don't really want to be close to these enemies. You want to stay as far away as you can. But our speed's good enough for me to stay away. Thankfully. Alright, let's check shop quickly because it would be nice to... Oh, that's sweet. Almost enough money to go to the shop and more bombs and more keys. But anyway, it would be nice to be able to reroll something right off the bat. We'll see if that might be swingable. Oh, Joker? It is the Joker. Oh, that's so good. Okay. So it's greed. Drop the Steam sale. Let me reroll it. Put my thing back, flip it, and reverse it. It's like greed, wicca, you know. Missy Elliott, still, most people watching this video, shit, that's probably true. Most people watching this video probably were not alive when Work It by Missy Elliott came out. Now, that doesn't make sense. That came out in like 2001. Some people watching this video were not alive when Work It by Missy Elliott came out. Most people probably were. I got my years mixed up there, substantially. Alright, plenty of bombs again. Joker card. We're not going to become Guppy. We didn't take Guppy items to start with here, so these are both rerolls in my mind. And we're not going to take 9 lives. And we're not going to take Spirit of the Night. So that's that. That's unfortunate. Shit happens sometimes, though. Let's get our way down to this boss room, and hopefully we'll line up appropriately with a reroll. Looks like we're not going to, actually, because the boss room was not in what I would consider to be the most logical position. You know, another reason that Socks is probably going to end up not being a loved item, it just is totally canceled out by the ability to fly. It's like if you have Spelunker's hat and X-Ray Specs at the same time, it's just not worth it. I like the idea of Socks more than I like the actual item. And again, that's not a knock on the people who put it in the game. There's plenty of items in Wrath of the Lamb that, or Isaac or Wrath of the Lamb, that I just don't like taking. And it's, you know, it's just a gameplay choice. But not every item has to have a specific use. Some of them, you know, some of the skill in Isaac comes from knowing what items not to take. Weirdly, you can get the magnet with that tier effect as well sometimes. I don't know if it's actually the magnet or if it's just some kind of other item that carries, like a mushroom that carries that effect that I'm not aware of or something, but anyway. Look at how quickly we got our bombs back after that bombs are key pill. So I'm using bombs here because I would love to increase our chances of getting back to a deal with the devil, because we have a reroll ready to reroll it again. And it seems to be working out pretty nicely so far. I don't mind using bombs for this, because it's very easy for us to get like 15 per floor. We can fly, so the creep is a non-issue. The eyes are the only thing we really have to worry about. You know, the Halo of Flies does a pretty good job of blocking the incoming shots, even if we can't dodge them in time, which we've been pretty good at. And that's it. That was very easy. Jesus Juice is a totally acceptable item, and we reroll these two bad boys. Totally could have become Guppy, I'll admit. I'm not going to take either of these either, though. I was really hoping we get, like, Pact Mark, something like that. No such luck, though. It's okay. It's still a pretty good floor. Jesus Juice is a nice little damage bonus for us, which is helpful with $3 bill augmenting our tiers so frequently. We fought Greed. We got Celtic Cross. So, yeah, we got some pills here. One of these is a tiers upgrade. Oh, one of these bombs are key. Bad trip, bombs are key. Well, we may end up wanting to use this bombs or key pill for something in the future. Right now, I'm very content with our balance, but it might come a time. It wasn't right there, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Low HP, not amazing damage, but apart from that, I'm pretty content with where we're at right now. It's been like the most traditionally solid run we've had, as opposed to like just blown out, fucking crazy powerful. I still don't like using bombs or key here. I'm very content with 16 keys, even if it looks like we're wasting a whole bunch of bombs right now. I don't want 7 keys. If I use bombs or key, what'll that mean? It'll mean I'll have wasted like 5 keys looking for the secret room, which is very cost prohibitive. And plus, there you go, you know? We got a couple of those bombs back very easily. And we got money that we can use in a future shop, although it's fairly unlikely to end up making the financial difference, because we already had a decent amount of money to begin with. But anyway, it's all good. Alright, shop's right here, right off the bat. Lucky me. That's a new item. I know what this item does. Sorry to spoil it for you. I know a little bit of what this item does anyway. This is the champion belt. Oh, there you go. It just tells you what it does. It gives you more damage, but in return, it also spawns more champion enemies. That seems like a totally good trade-off to me. It's win-win-lose. What do I mean by that? Well, you win because you get more damage. You can't really buy many damage upgrades in shops, so I think it's a good placement for it to kind of keep things mixed up. It's a win because champions drop consumables, so you're more likely to get consumables in the future, I think. And it's a loss because champions are slightly more difficult than your average enemy. So I think overall it's a really good item, assuming the damage that it gives you is fairly solid. Kind of reminds me of, like, you know, maybe something along the lines of, you know, I don't mean to make it seem worse than it is, but it's kind of like the Steam sale, where it's like one of those items in the shop where it's not necessarily 9-volt Nun's Habits, you know, map compass. Maybe the map is a better item. It's like, if you have a choice, Champion Belt probably wouldn't be the best item to take on the shop, but if you don't have a choice, you're always going to be happy to have it show up, I think. I'm not going to use the well, I'm going to take the D20 and use it once, but, sure, whatever. I'm just going to reroll it. It's not a new item. Little Steven is an alright item, but not necessarily crazy useful for me. I'd rather reroll it if we can get something interesting. Okay, more keys. So our damage has been improved. Champion Belt and Jesus Juice in quick succession. Not in that order, obviously. I'm very happy by that. Our rate of fire is mostly handled by those tiers upgrades we've gotten. I think we've gotten 2 tiers upgrades total, and maybe a tiers downgrade that hurts us less than 1 tiers upgrade helps us. So I think our rate of fire is well, probably slightly above average at least. And the damage bonus is going to be nice there too. Oh, we could use some more defensive items. We have Celtic Cross. You saw it working here. Another key. But we could always use more. We're not overpowered by any stretch of the imagination right now. We're powerful. We're not, you know, we're not weak. I'm certainly not, you know, like shooting these flies and being like, why won't they die faster? But at the same time, I'm also not, you know, one-shotting them and just laughing my ass off like I do when we get Mom's Knife Polyphemus. So there's room to grow. I really like Lard as an item, and it might be something that we end up picking up here because, you know, community remix or no, you need HP. And that's not a secret room. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, as I so like to say. But I think Lard is probably something I'll just end up picking up, regardless of the fact that it's fairly tempting to re-roll it because it's, I don't know, unglamorous, I guess. Okay, get a pill from that. I don't think that's our tiers upgrade pill. Might be mistaken, though. That was really dumb of me. It is completely our tiers upgrade pill. Yeah, okay. My mistake. Well, it's a mistake. I'll make that mistake many times over if they want to continue to give me the same item. So we're probably, again, well, no. We're definitely not going to reroll Lard. I'm just going to take Lard. And bombs and keys are in a beautiful situation, as is our money. We're probably going to run into greed on the next shop. If I had to guess, I'd say like 60% greed, 40% not greed. Oh, careful here. We have spectral tears. It's like the worst room to get spectral tears on. That's what I mean by saying the champions are like some good, some bad, right? Look at what we got by blowing up that bomb in the center. We got like 4 keys and a couple of bombs and a penny. And that was like 1 drop from the end of the room, I think, and then 4 champions and maybe like 1 of the burnt pennies paid out or something like that. Just crazy how Champion Belt is actually like one of the coolest items that I think I saw in the listing of items for the community remix mod. It's super cool. All right, we'll get another Spirit Heart here. Looks like we have Spectral Tears. No big deal. We'll just fight this room as if the Spectral Tears weren't even there because there's no way they could possibly help us. And another Spirit Heart. Matchstick is a lot worse than Burnt Penny, in my opinion. You may disagree. Hey, my reflection, actually, with the... Did they change the zombie AI in Community Remix so they don't follow the rules that they used to? I seem to be getting hit by them a lot more often. Maybe I'm just bad, though. Alright, we'll get a cube of meat here, which is nice to finish our Suite of Orbitals. I don't know what our special power is on this room. Via $3 bill. Why would I stand there and just let that happen? I'm still, you know, hoping for a deal with the... Maybe a deal with the Angel. But we already paid HP for a deal with the Devil, so that won't happen. I'm hoping for a deal with the Devil then, but this time with some actually good items. And, you know, Lard, bare minimum, will pay for that deal with the Devil, so... I can get down with that. Oh. Thank you for hurting yourself with that bomb, so I didn't have to. Now, the real question is, will there be any rocks left over for me to hide over? Doesn't hide over sound like a like a town on the Dutch-German border. But anyway, will there be any rocks left for me to hide over in case this guy gets a little too quick? It's a case of some, you know, Russian feet, Roman hands here, you know what I mean? And just give it a second. We're good. No deal with the devil, because I'm bad. Maybe deservedly no deal with the devil. Well, we're not going to reroll anything, so we might as well just come down this way, and that'll be the end of this floor. Seems like we had a shot speed upgrade. Or, no. My reflection? My reflection. Maybe my reflection is a shot speed upgrade, and I've never noticed it until I saw it in this new light. This new context. Maybe. Now. Just be safe here. That was a little scary. Surprisingly hard to shoot these guys in this room without wasting a bomb. And we'll check out our cursed room as well. Again, another okay floor, but I'm starting to run out a little bit here of places to go. We're on our last item-rich floor. Flies, okay, yeah. I mean, they're all right. Nothing wrong with them. Might want to take the goat hoof actually, because our lard is going to slow us down. And we should have enough bombs. Wow, we only got one for 6 pennies there. I mean, 14 bombs maybe is not enough. Maybe we do just want to be content with being slow here, and it's fine. That's bombs are key. We still probably don't want to take that, honestly. If we get Guppy's tail or something. Did I already like look over Guppy's tail? If so, I'm an idiot. I'm saving the world card for a little bit later, you know, maybe a floor later in the game. Cathedral in particular is the one I like to use it on. We're not that much slower. I can deal with it at least. Alrighty. So hopefully, next floor, you know, we get Nun's Habit, Arcade, maybe even a library, all that good stuff. And then the floor after that, we are able to get a deal with the devil that gives us, you know, Mark Pact, etc., the items that we need to make a living here. Kind of wish I took Guppy's paw with me, but I think we're okay. It's been a fun run nonetheless. Well, we've gotten part of our wish so far. There's definitely an arcade, which is not unexpected given the financial situation that we entered this floor in. Very lucky to not take damage there. All right, Mr. Jerry Curl here. I'm gonna get you. And with you being dead, I thought I could use you to, you know, hurt your partner. Maybe I still can. Ooh, this is a little risky, yeah. We're just getting a little too close for comfort there. No comfortable dodges here. Come on. There we go. And one more, 2 more. And there's a mini-boss here, which means that our shop is actually going to be totally good for, well, not good, but no greed. Tough love on this room. Very bad damage. It's the toughest love of all. Live bomb and a pill that we don't know what it does. Shot speed down. And he's very happy about it. I don't know if shot speed down is necessarily a good thing. I kind of like shot speed neutral. Sounds like a bad, like, 80s sci-fi movie. Sorry, Reb Brown or something. Shot speed neutral? I don't know. Maybe. You could see it. I'm sure you could see it. Okay, what do we have in our item room? We have the quarter. That's not good enough. Poison Touch might be good enough. But first we're going to fight Super Envy. A fight that I assure you I get no particular pleasure out of. But if we get Attack Fly, then all's well that ends well, I suppose. We'll take Attack Fly and save Poison Touch as our reroll target as we work our way down to that shop, which is my next target. And hopefully there's a Nun's Habit in there, because that would make a great reroll engine for the rest of the game, but in particular the rest of the floor. So let's knock out some of these little guys here. Oh, yeah, I almost made it there. You got to admit, fairly solid try. Alright, we have a curse room too. I mean, we don't have to worry about taking red heart damage so much on this floor, because we're not going to get a deal with the devil anyway, unless we can teleport away, which we probably wouldn't. Get a deal with the devil, even if we did teleport away. It's still like a 1 in 8 chance or something like that. Sometimes it works out. It's usually worth trying, at least. Good, Attack Fly. And a staggering amount of keys. Like 4 keys from 1 room, not so bad. And we're gonna work our way down to the shop first, because if we have rerolls, we would rather use those on the shop, probably, than on Poison Touch. But we're gonna get so many rerolls so quickly that it's not gonna matter too much. Alright, Attack Fly. Earn your wages here. Sneak you in there. Good stuff. Thank you. Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Might avoid taking that Spirit Heart until we're just about to finish the floor, just in case. So we're looking for something better than Poison Touch, because we're not going to have long permanent Polaroid invincibility. Necronomicon is substantially worse than Poison Touch. Makes libraries a little bit more palatable for me, but let's be honest, that's not that much of a concern. How often do I even get a double item room on libraries? Probably like once every 4 runs or something like that. Not too frequently. Alright, you should be a relatively easy target for us to take down with our loadout as it is. The prophecy came true. You guys are a little annoying, but that's okay. This is, yeah, this is the most engaging run I think we've had so far. Even though we've gotten very, very few, if any, new items. Oh, I guess we got Champion Belt, which is cool. Still on the lookout for the Ludovico technique, though. I'm assuming that's going to be like a super rare item. Like Sacred Heart levels of rare, which means in 7 days we probably wouldn't find it. That'll make it more special if we do. It's like winning the lottery, right? If you won the lottery, you know, every second time you played, you just say, oh, another lottery victory, big deal. But, you know, since you never win the lottery, if you did win, you'd be like, well, that's quite striking. I didn't expect that. A lottery win, wow, that's unusual, you know? I think that's probably the worst analogy I've ever used in my entire quote-unquote Binding of Isaac career. In any case, reroll Necronomicon into the D12. I'm going to be honest with you, the D12 has some cool potential applications, but I also think it's kind of the worst dice by like an order of magnitude. There's only very, very fringe cases where I think that it's useful, but it's one of those items that is interesting, but not useful, if that makes sense. And so I think it would be kind of cool if it was a starting character's item, or sorry, one of the character's starting items. So basically you have to use it, kind of like Yumhard, right? You see Yumhard out in the wild, you're like, I'm not going to use that really much. But if you start with Maggie, you're like, you know what, I'll do my best to make a good use of Yumhard, because we have it. You might as well make the best of a bad situation. It's kind of why I wish there was like a character that used Forget-Me-Now as a starting item. Like if you had like Kain plus Forget-Me-Now, not that he needs an extra floor to get powerful or anything like that. So how do we do this? Well, we end up buying Book of Revelations and then re-rolling the crap out of it into the map. That would give us map plus compass, so I feel, you know, justified in picking it up. And we'll get the Spirit Heart as well, because now we're rolling on Spirit Hearts. So we bought our items now. The world card is effectively worthless. Might as well just pop it and clear up that inventory slot for something else. We didn't get a 9 volts, or sorry, we have a 9 volt. We didn't get the Nun's Habit, but that's okay. That was bad damage. We compromised. We compromised and picked up the map instead. You know, as I am so fond of saying, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, right? The map was our bird in the hand. If you want to know more about the 2 in the bush, you'll have to ask your mother. Probably one of the few times that joke has actually sort of worked. Nice try. Might as well take this. And we will still have a reroll that we can use on our mom fight. Which is, oh, come on. I deflected him like into me there. Absolute nonsense. Oh, I'm mad at myself, but mostly I'm just mad at the world. I'm a very angry boy, as you can tell. Yeah, we'll come back up here and we'll re-roll the D12. We'll re-roll a re-roller. It's not that good, but if it was a character starting item, I think it could be funny. And fun. Well, we definitely don't need My Reflection. We already have it. We could theoretically get another reroll to use on the boss, because we have like 1 reroll and then 1.5 rerolls kind of waiting for us here, assuming all these rooms have enemies. If we get a half reroll going into the boss room, well, a third of a reroll, I guess, going into the boss room, we can reroll it because we have 9 volt, which means we only need 2 rooms of charge to actually get to a full reroll charge. But I'm starting to guess that maybe I should have just taken Poison Touch, or one of the other items along the way with Poison Touch. I'm just gonna go check out our cursed room. I had a feeling it might work out like that. So I don't really want to go to our blood bank. Our HP is not quite good enough, and we don't have Spirit Hearts to back it up. I don't really feel confident in doing such. But that's okay. Plenty of bombs here. I will use some against Chubb. It's a much slower version of Chubb, which is clearly better for me. Really? You're not gonna like reverse direction or anything and let me do bomb damage to you. There we go. Should finish the job. Don't play chicken. I played chicken. I know myself too well. Like, don't do that. I did it. Okay. So, what do? We re-roll my reflection, which we already have, sort of, and don't want, really. And then we'll go to that last room, and then we'll go to the boss room. Guardian Angel. Well, we might have gotten the best item at the end here. It's possible Poison Touch would have been better. What's up, Tomo? How you doing, buddy? Did you just crawl out of the laundry hamper? Wait. It smells like shit in there, dude. That's the laundry hamper for gym clothes. Are you okay? Like, when I take a thick whiff of that gym clothes laundry, I feel like I'm lightheaded. I don't think you should be in there. Alright, well, we've taken some dumb damage, but we did get Map and Guardian Angel. Consumables are fine. Our damage is as good as it's ever been. It continues to be just okay. Just fine, I guess is a better, nicer way to put that. A more confident way to put that, I should say. And this is the weakest we've been for a mom fight over the course of these community remix videos, but it's also probably the most honestly strong we've been for a mom fight, as opposed to just already being like super powerful Guppy or having Mom's Knife and some damage upgrades. So, yeah, I'm digging this run, because it's got uncertainty in it, right? We don't know what we're gonna get yet. And I really, really like the champion belt as an item. I think that's a really cool addition. Changes more about the game than just your stats, you know? It gives you new enemies to face as well, which I think is kind of neat. So we weren't getting a deal with the devil here anyway, so no sweat on taking that damage. Shouldn't have used the bomb, because we would have had the foot break the Tinted Rock anyway, as you can see right there, but oh well. What's done is done. We're about 80% of the way through. Oh, careful. Careful. Just keep this going here. About 90% of the way through. We're slowing down a little bit damage-wise. Maybe we got like a skinny odd mushroom tier effect from $3 bill here. I don't think so, though. Our rate of fire would be faster. Wait a minute. I took damage on the mom fight, which means I don't get the Polaroid. Is that the way that it's supposed to work now? It's fixed, so you have to beat Mom without taking damage to use the Polaroid? Alright, well, you know, I was thinking like, oh, that sucks. I'm gonna go, you know, I'm gonna give myself the Polaroid in Spider Mod. But you know what? We'll play the game the way it's meant to be played. That's not a glitch. That's working as intended, I think. Even though I may disagree with the decision, I can see why they made it. And that's fine. We can maybe have a fun shoal run here. That is punishing. I'm so used to, like, just being able to take damage on Mom, and it's no big deal. If that's the way it works in Rebirth, there's going to be a lot of frustrated players, I think, trying to get down to the chest. Accidentally walk into, like, you know, Red Mom's hand or something like that, and, oh, there you go. Sorry, your Mom's Knife Polyphemus run is over. Or is not able to get to the end of the game. As you see it, anyway. Alright. So that means I get to take Burnt Penny with me longer, I guess. I don't even know if I can give myself the Polaroid in Spider Mod with Community Remix, because Polaroid isn't an item anymore. I could give myself Polaroid, probably. Maybe. I don't know. I've never tried, so I'm actually not sure. That's fine, though. We'll have a fun little shoal run here. Means we won't get down to the chest to see new items, but if we can get a deal with the devil here, maybe we can snag another one. It also means I'm less attached to my D6 now. We can start thinking about replacing it as soon as possible with something a little bit more interesting. The other thing about the D12, I mentioned this like 2 videos ago, but it would be amazing if the D12 actually allowed you to reroll endgame bosses to early game bosses. Like, to be able to reroll Isaac to like Larry Jr. would be hilarious, and also it would have strategic benefit. It might make things too easy, but hey, maybe you could also reroll Larry Jr. to Isaac. Turnabout is fair play, right? That would make people think twice before using that in the early game to get an advantage. So I think our chances against Satan are very solid, as you might expect. Don't really love the idea of fighting these, you know, 2 champion Geminis, but hey, maybe this is champion belt at work, or maybe it's just a normal room for us at this point in time. Not totally sure. Damage is strong enough to take them out very quickly, as you can see, and there's some HP if we need it. I hope we don't. This might be the perfect room to get number 1 on. Does lower our damage a little bit, I think, but once we actually manage... Oh, never mind. Once we actually manage to break one, should start being able to take them out very, very, very easily. Oh, stay away, please. Just gotta take one, and then it gets a lot easier. There we go. It's like taking out the Gishes. It sounds like a chore that you would do on a regular basis. Honey! What do you mean you didn't take out the fucking gishes? I told you before I left for work this morning. That's not a reflection of my home life as well. We have a very nice gish rotation. We got Squeezy. I didn't re-roll it. I like Squeezy. The Tears upgrade is nice. The Spirit Hearts are sometimes even nicer. Alright, so we'll finish Mom's Heart. Should be easy. Shoal, I don't expect to be too much of a challenge. Plenty of champions here. Ooh, a little too close for comfort there. And the World card, which I'm just going to pop because I resent it. I want to get rid of it. And we do want bombs for Satan. Sounds like the worst charity drive of all time. But we do want bombs for Satan because it makes that fight so much easier. I really thought that would do it. That'll do it, though. Ooh, careful. We'll try to stay at a half-heart interval. It could still end up being beneficial for us. And the champion belt is starting to, I'm not saying wear out its welcome, but it's starting to rear its ugly head, the negative consequences of it. Truth be told, the extra damage probably compensates for the fact that you're typically going to be fighting more enemies with higher HP. That being said, it's, you know, I'm starting to get sick of fighting champions over and over. Especially those champion chubs. Those are real annoying. The ones that spawn green nubs are okay, but the super fast one that we fought twice now is a pain in the ass. We don't really need that key, let's be honest. At this point, I think we can safely detach from the key hierarchy here. Might want to pick up that bomb. And by might, I mean, like, we want to pick up the bomb. It's just a question of do we want to backtrack? And the answer is no, but I'll get it anyway. What can I say? I'm a slave to the rhythm here. I'll pick this up, and we are going to be able to just bomb our way into that boss trap room. Always nice when that happens, which is very, very rare, actually. Seems like it's much rarer than bombing your way into an item room or a shop. So we might be able to get something useful there. This is a very, very classic run right now, though. For better or for worse. Most people would probably say for worse, considering they're watching a community remix video, but I don't have any control over what the game chooses to drop. Fortunately and unfortunately, because if I had control, you would see a lot more Mom's Knife Polyphemus runs, I promise you that. Ooh. Okay, more bombs probably. Works for me. We're going to use 2 here anyway. Maybe more if we choose not to actually take the item that's in there, even after a reroll, which is reasonable. Secret room just has money, which means way more bombs. Seems like the spawn rate is way higher on this floor, probably just due to RNG, but still. Stem cells. I'm going to reroll it just to be funky. I like the crate more. And we got one of those special red tarot cards. We're not going to pick it up yet because we're going to Zelda it over our head and be really annoyed, but this could be interesting. The last one we got, we've only had one of them in 4 videos so far until now, but the last one that we got gave us an item pedestal. It gave us Harlequin Baby, which we then re-rolled into something. I can't remember what. Like Book of Sin or something like that. The Cold. So this, I'm going to guess that this gives us poison damage for 1 room. So we'll try to use this on Mom's Heart and see if we're right. It might be good enough to save, but first we need to figure out what the F it does. You know, it's just, nobody gets the, you know, the cure for a disease right on the first try, right? You gotta do some experimentation. Gather some information. That's what research is. And back here, Flat Penny is actually probably more worthless for us right now than Burnt Penny, which is rare to say, because Burnt Penny is usually the, you know, kind of less desired penny out of all of them, I'd say. Maybe Bloody Penny if you're playing as like Blue Baby or, you know, very low on health or something like that. But I like Bloody Penny for the blood bank interactions. Alright. Pill is shot speed down. Let's take it. You seem super stoked about it. Do our shots still have like range? Do they still travel as far? Maybe, maybe not. I guess if we got this plus Lump of Coal, that would be like a huge benefit for us. Because the Lump of Coal damage increases as your shot speed. Well, it increases the longer your shots are in the air. Which means if your range is equal, but shot speed goes down, they're in the air longer over the same amount of distance. Which means Lump of Coal would cause you to do more damage over the same amount of distance. Which is, well, obviously for the best. If it actually works that way. Can't help but feel that with a shot speed downgrade, it does also feel like your fire rate is slower. It's a weird, like, optical illusion. Your brain's tricking your brain. Well, let's use Common Cold. Well, sorry, the Cold on this boss. See what it does. Oh, it actually just gives a slowing effect. That's not nearly as beneficial. And we have My Reflection here. It's actually My Reflection combined with 2 shot speed downgrade seems horrible. It lowers your range to basically nil. So, we're going to use our bombs very frequently here. That's good. That's why we have them. Well, it's one of the reasons why we have them anyway. Actually, the reason we have them is because of Burnt Penny, but it's one of the reasons I'm happy to have them, shall we say. That went fine. Basically got to stand right next to Mom and then, you know, shoot some shots past her so they come back. Because even if we're like a normal number 1 distance away, doesn't quite cut it, does it? Okay, you and you, and good. Oh, permanent bombs. Okay, so this is a dangerous situation for us because we don't want to get too close because the bombs are going to explode in our face, obviously, like they almost did right there. Are you seriously just going to keep shooting in the same freaking direction? It's actually comical, the fact that you just don't give me a chance to get in there. I guess it's good strategy, but it's also really freaking annoying. Almost wish I had Poison Touch so I could just run in there and do damage. But hey, this is it. This is our moment. You only get 1 shot. Do not miss a chance. Can't even really shoot bombs in there because My Reflection just bounces them back at us. This is a laborious endeavor here. All right. Can we go up to the next? Okay, so I guess you just don't need... You can probably go to the Cathedral or Shoal, but you can't go to the chest with the Polaroid. It's been so long since I worried about Polaroid mechanics. Okay, so we can go to the chest. We'll try to fight Isaac at least. Sorry to those of you who I got excited about the potentiality of a Shoal run. It's a Shoal man. It's the Shoal. You guys know, you know, I mean, you know who Dan Aykroyd Dan Aykroyd is? He was in Ghostbusters. He wrote Ghostbusters. I forget the name of his character. He's not Bill Murray, nor is he the black Ghostbuster, Ernie Hudson, nor is he Egan Spengler. He's the other one. Now, he is Canadian, in case you didn't know. He also runs a vodka distillery, and they serve their product inside of a glass skull. The container is shaped like a skull. It's not like a literal skull. It's a shot speed up. I actually welcome that right now. That's the end of my story about Dan Aykroyd, except that dude is super into like the paranormal, apparently, which is, you know, it's fine. Apparently, he runs like a podcast about alien abductions or something like that. He used to have a restaurant in my town, which I believe is also his hometown. Occasionally you hear stories, you'd be like, well, like these girls saw Dan Aykroyd at the beer store and he was a big old pervert and was like trying to buy them beer even though they were only 18. And, you know, I'm not saying I support that. I'm just saying I could see how Dan Aykroyd just doesn't give a fuck. I mean, when your name's that hard to spell, you know, you gotta take what pleasure you can get in life, I suppose. Okay, we're on the Cathedral. We're not doing very well. We haven't really seen too much in the way of new stuff on this run, which is unfortunate, but it's been a funnish one nonetheless. You know, not afraid to call a spade here. It's been not my favorite community remix run, nor my favorite Binding of Isaac run ever, but it's been fun, more fun than, you know, like an Eve run where we don't get any damage or anything like that. That actually worked. I did not expect that. And we'll do exactly the same thing here, I guess. I prefer to just fight a single Loki, and I'd also prefer to save like 15 bombs for the potentiality of using them all. Ooh, that was very scary. On the Isaac fight, but you know what I always say? Same thing Justin Bieber said in his that song he wrote. Can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes you can get what you need. Now, keep this up here. Actually, I might have that mistaken. I think Can't Always Get What You Want. It's not Justin Bieber. It's by a slightly older artist. I think it might have been Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart that did that. It's got like a nice little choral part at the start of it. I think that's from the Baroque era. Alright, so we're using bombs for like every room. That's never a position you want to be in damage-wise. Looks like, you know, we've learned something. Jesus Juice plus Champion's Belt not quite enough to carry you damage-wise through to the cathedral. You're gonna need a little something extra. Not that we're doing terribly. The bean is actually super useful for us now because it has the charge up. So fuck the D6, it's been good. And now it's gone. Remember, we can use this like blue candle now. It charges up in like a couple of seconds. It doesn't charge as... maybe it charges like the same speed as blue candle, I'm not sure. Might even be a little faster. Actually makes the bean like a very viable spacebar item. Like if I saw this in the shop, I might consider it. Blue candle's still a little better because it can go at range. Whereas, you know, with the bean, you're very much throwing yourself into harm's way every time you use it. Unless you can't really get like a long distance, you know, fart going on. But with the ability to fly, I should be taking less damage when I use it. I'm just, I'm mad because I'm bad. Alright, I really wish that we'd gotten Mom's Contact for, I'm gonna take it even though it fucks up our half-heart invincibility. Am I? Yeah, because we don't have the Polaroid anyway, so we don't have half-heart invincibility. Disregard. Alright. What's our tier effect? Triple shot. That's pretty good for this, actually. We do have a full suite of orbitals. We might be able to swing a victory here. Shit, I don't know. Maybe if we beat Isaac, we have the chest. It's clear that I don't know anything about how this, you know, Polaroid mechanic actually works. Oh, yeah. And now when we get poisoned, oh, just run up and beam the shit out of him. Not poison, sorry. When we get invincibility via Celtic Cross in this case. And just get close enough to keep that poison on. We kinda gotta go for broke here. We might get one more Celtic Cross invincibility, although I sort of doubt it. I can't afford to take even one hit of, like, truly stupid damage. Every piece of damage he has to earn. And we can get hit once more and be safe. Bombs, very valuable. Thank God. Alright, there's another bean in there. Ooh, very close to taking damage there. Oh, very close to taking damage there. Very close to... Oh, I walked into a beam of light from freaking heaven. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Okay, we're a motorcycle now, apparently. The Spirit Art. I got it. I got it. Alright, you might not have been poisoned. Feeling pretty sweet. I think we might have made it. Even though the 1-2 fart shot combo. We do get to go to the chest. Alright, we're gonna lose here. I have no idea why the Polaroid is beneficial then. If I'd known that we were still gonna be playing, I think it's fair to say I probably wouldn't have given up the D6 to get the bean. This has just become like a vanilla Isaac run at this point, though. But we got quad shot. That's pretty good. It's acceptably good, at least. Oh, one more hit will kill us. I think it's gonna come sooner rather than later. Kind of a weird run. I got confused, perhaps more than I should have, by the Polaroid mechanics. That's okay. We've learned not to worry about the Polaroid at all in the future, I guess. So I guess they've made it so that you always go down to the chest. But if you don't take damage against Mom, you get the Polaroid. Which is weird, because I could definitely foresee a lot of situations where you just wouldn't want to get the Polaroid. So you'd like actively want to take damage against Mom and maybe take an HP upgrade instead, right? It's a bit unusual. This room is probably going to be the deathless. It has that reputation. Oh, a little scary here. Ooh, we're dead. Yeah, that's not surprising. It was a fun run anyway. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.